Hey guys, Rockingtheblade here once again. What's up, everybody? Due to popular demand, and a lot of my friends want to hear my thoughts on it since they've seen the pictures, and I've never done this on my channel before, so I said, why the hell not? I'm doing a wrestling pay-per-view review of 2021's AEW's Double or Nothing. So, I have a list right here. There's a total of 10 matches, and I'm going to let you know my thoughts on each one, how I thought about the pay-per-view overall. The first one we start off with, I believe the NWA Women's Champion, Serena Deb versus my waifu, Riho, which, fun fact, you can see I have a figure of her right there. The match was fast-paced, aggressive, in your face. I mean, at one point, Riho wanted to like shake Serena's hand, and she just slapped it away, disrespecting my girl. But Riho showed that she can like step up and keep up with the ladies, man. She may be small, she may be petite, but she is fast, athletic, and downright can be brutal at times, especially with her double stomp she be doing on the top rope. But unfortunately, it was back and forth, back and forth. It was on the edge of my seat. The match was a classic. Serena showing why she's a champion. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, Serena just edged it out, and she made my girl tap. Though, Riho should not be ashamed, though. I mean, she came very close to beating her several times, but it just wasn't her night. But still, a classic match from start to finish. No shame on her end. And kudos to Serena. She definitely impressed me in that match. Kudos to her. The second one is Adam Page versus Brian Cage. Try to say that 5 times fast. Unfortunately, there's a problem AEW needs to address. That when it comes to like the wrestling, the product and stuff is amazing. But if you want to get food or if you want to get like souvenirs, they need to hire more people, because it is like painfully slow. Oh my god. So at that point, because we've been there for a hot moment, me and my mom were getting hungry, so like, let me go treat. You know, I said the money, let me go treat. The line for the food was insanely long, to the point that the only thing I caught was Adam Page giving Brian Cage's finisher. Yeah, he did that, the tail whip, the front flip clothesline that he does to Brian Cage, 1, 2, 3. So that's the only thing I saw. Oh, and that, well, no, despite that, Brian Cage teammates want him to cheat, he did, and Adam, man, they did the finisher on him, and that's all I saw, because it took forever. That time I got there, that is what I saw. However, I did manage to see the Young Bucks versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Oh my god, man. I know the Young Bucks are heel, but they show why they're one of the best tag teams out there. I mean, it was fast-paced, it was brutal, it was hilarious at times. I mean, even I like how that thing all like high and mighty, and like how they dress all fancy, wearing expensive clothes. Meanwhile, Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston get to the crowd. It was just like something out of ECW, and I loved it. I love it. I just love it, and it was just like the crowd was into it. I was there live, by the way. If you want to see proof, go on my Facebook, and you'll see all the pictures I took. It was insane. It was insane from start to finish. Like, at one point I threw him in the crowd. It was like just like beating the crap out of him. They even beat up Brendan Cutler at one point. Poor Brendan. God damn it, poor guy. And oh god, it was like matching. Probably one of my favorite tag team matches. Probably one of the best tag team matches I've seen since when the Bucks took on Kenny and Adam Page. Like that level of like that damn good. It was like that damn level of like good. It was great, and I'm just so glad I was able to see it. And even though John and Kingston didn't win their match, I want to see them again, wrestle them again some point. No, maybe not in the near future, but god, the chemistry as a tag team was great. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Bucks are fantastic too, don't get me wrong, but their chemistry is great. I want to see them go at it one more time, because damn, they were making like wrestling magic out there, man. It was just like, it just super kicks, like high spots. It was intense. And I loved every moment of it. Next match was Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Gogun. I'm probably butchering his last name. I apologize. That match was good. Not great. Just, I guess, after the crowd was so red hot from, like, the Bucks versus, John and Kingston. It was a good match. It wasn't like, oh my god, like, and crazy over the top. But it was a good technical wrestling match. It was good. Nothing bad. But it was a good show that Cody has some great wrestling skills. Though the finish was kind of just random. Like, he didn't do his normal finisher. He did some kind of random, like, I think backbuster move. I forget what it's called. I'm butchering the name. I apologize. But it's like, he didn't do his finisher. I'm like, okay. Don't get me wrong. Anthony looked great during the match as well. So did Cody. Just, I don't know. It wasn't bad per se, but it was a tough act to follow, considering what transpired previously. Yeah, not a bad match, but just not that much to say because it wasn't like good. It was a good technical match. It wasn't like terrible, but it wasn't as good as the Bucks are. It wasn't as good as Bucks. It wasn't as good as Bucks. The Bucks match. But if I can speak English today, sorry guys. It wasn't as good as the Young Bucks and the Eddie Kingston and John Moxley match. There, I can speak English good. Yes. All right. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this another take of this again because it's a long list. You can see it's like 10 freaking matches. Lance Archer and Miro. That was a little bit better. Again, it was as good as the Bucks and Moxley and Kingston match, but it was brutal. It was intense. It was just a physical, just monster, just like a power match. I loved it. Honestly, I want to see it again. Like with like the Bucks and Eddie Kingston and Moxley, I want to see a rematch of it. Like at least one more time. It was like they were like this. The chemistry was great. At one point, you know, Jake the Snake trying to come in because he's like the manager of Lance, and he had like a snake bag and everything. But unfortunately, he couldn't like use it on Miro. Miro threw it at one point. People were like, "Oh my God, you sick!" They were trying to use sick F. Even though I'm convinced like there was nothing. They're probably like something in there to make it seem like there was an animal in there, but there was nothing. They wouldn't do that. The last thing AEW want is like to get the wrath of PETA on them. I don't think there's nothing in there important. Overall, it was a good slobber knocker match with Coach JR. By the way, it's good to hear JR's voice. Number 7, Dr. Britt Baker versus Hikaru Shida. Again, going back to my point of how they need, like when it comes to the wrestling product and stuff, it's amazing. However, when it comes to, you know, going like getting a food or getting a souvenir, it was terrible. First of all, okay, I was trying to get a souvenir after the match ended. I tried to get a souvenir. There was only one place to get it, and the lines were like ridiculously long. It was long, ladies and gentlemen. It's like whoa. Then I'm like, oh, and then I was like, and it barely moved an inch, and the match was getting started. So I say, I had to use the restroom. Guess what? The restroom line was also long. I know. You think with dudes it'd be... No, it was just as slow. They didn't have the guys were BSing, shooting the shit, you know, taking their sweet time. Oh my God. And just... I mean, I saw some of it. Oh, at least okay, I don't like with Adam Page, where it's like the final... Adam Page and Brian Cage, where I saw like the final 2-3 minutes of it. I saw at least a good 5-6 minutes of the match. And the little bit I saw was great. It was really great from what I enjoyed. I wish I was there to see the whole thing. It was like, damn, man. It pissed me off that I wasn't there to see it. But still, the little I saw, and kudos to Britt, she earned her victory. Considering all she went through, she earned her victory. And she helped Tony, because Tony was one of the reasons why her character got over. Thanks to Tony Schiavone. It was, the little I saw was good. Again, I can't, you know, the little I saw was actually great, I should say, but again, it doesn't need to work on that, so I won't miss these matches. Thankfully, I saw the rest of the matches, so don't worry. Next up, it was Darby Allin and Sting versus Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Oh, man, ever since the match between Sting and Seth Rollins, Sting seemed like he was never coming back. It seemed like it was a career-ending, like, injury he suffered. Thankfully, with the combination of like and I kind of saw him in Revolution. Yeah, it was Revolution with the cinematic match when Darby and Sting took on Brian Cage and one of the other wrestlers, I forget his name is escaping right now. One of Taz's like faction, Brian Cage and the Taz member faction for the Sting and Darby. Unfortunately, it wasn't like live; it was a cinematic fight, but still, it was fantastic. Oh man, to see him live again. I've only seen him wrestle live a few times while he was using TNA. Now it's called Impact. It was fantastic. At one point, like everyone else, like lost my breath when like Scorpio suplexed him. He's like, yeah, man, I took down your hero. And Sting just like no-sold got up and stood behind him like a freaking serial killer, like Jason, and then like just threw him off, and then like he stinger splashed onto him, which was nuts. Oh man. And then Darby Allin, even before the match started, he dove at Scorpio and Page in a way that, oh my god, if he didn't like land on them, it would like end badly. And at one point, Ethan threw Darby into the crowd, which, Jesus, Darby could take some serious abuse, but boy, that boy is athletic and tough. He's like a freaking wrecking machine, seriously. I don't know what that kid's made of, but he's made of something strong, I tell you what. I was like, oh my god, I was so scary. I was so scared for him, but man. And Sting, he Stinger splashing, Scorpion Death Lock, Scorpion Death dropping, like he never left, man. People were chanting, "You still got it," and he does, man. He's fantastic. Like I said, wasn't as good as the Bucks and Kingston and Moxley tag team match, but it was close, man. Like it was raw, intense. I was shouting and screaming, man. I was into it. I was like, as they say, I was all in, boy, and I enjoyed every second of it. Especially when Scorpion did a cutter and Sting reversed into like a Sting into Sting's finisher. Oh my god, the Scorpion Death drop. Oh man, it was it was beautiful, and the crowd like me went ape shit, and it was great. He's back, boy, and I'm hoping to see more of Sting and Darby Allin in the action. Oh, I actually skipped one in all the excitement. I'm sorry, because after so Serena, Deb, and Riho happened first. The second match between Adam Page and Brian Cage, Adam Page and Brian Cage, I missed, unfortunately. The Young Bucks match between Kingston and Moxley was great. What came after that, which I thankfully saw as well, was the Casino Battle Royale. That was a lot of fun. We saw, of course, Jungle Boy, Christian. We saw Matt Hardy and his and the Private Party. We saw Pentagon Jr. and oh man, and it came down to the final three between like at one point one of the members of like of the Private Party got choke slammed, but he screams like a girl. Oh my god, it was so funny. The whole crowd was laughing their ass off. He's like ah! It was like that, but like worse. I thought, Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead 2 screamed like a girl. Oh my god, it was bad. It was like worse than that. Like somebody's like that, but worse. This is crazy, man. So at one point, it was this final three between like Matt Hardy, Christian, and Jungle Boy, which was like the crowd favorite, man. He's really proven himself to be like he got over, man. Like with like Britt Baker, he like Dr. Britt Baker, she got over. I mean, he's over like with the crowd. And at one point, Matt's like, "Come on, Christian, let's take him out. It's gonna be me and you." And it seemed like Christian was on for it. And before Matt was like coming towards like, Jungle Boy to like, because he's thinking like Christian's behind him to double team him, he pushes him over, so he throws him out. So now it's Christian and Jungle Boy. It was like back and forth. Excuse me, you don't know who's gonna get it. Like it was like back and forth. You think it'll be Christian, Jungle Boy, Christian, Jungle Boy. Then Jungle Boy eliminated Christian, and like when me and the rest of the crowd, we went ape. She was like, because they played a song. It was great. It was great. Of course, Marco Stunt and Luchasaurus came out to congratulate him, and Christian's like hugged him and said, "You go and win that championship. Whoever's the winner, you go win it." So he gave him his props, and pretty soon, I think on June 25th, yeah, on a Friday night, Jungle Boy's will face the champion, which I'll reveal later on the list, for the belt for the AEW World Championship. So he's competing for it. So I'm hoping the best for him. All right. Oh yeah. Darby Allin. Also going back to Darby Allin and Sting versus Darby Allin and Sting versus Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Fantastic. Like I said, either the second best tag team match out there besides the Bucks and Eddie and John. Fantastic from start to finish. I loved it. It was great. Oh man, it was so good. Sting's back, baby, and I hope to see him in more matches in the future. Next one, the AEW Championship Triple Threat between Kenny Omega, the champion, and the challengers Orange Cassidy and the Bastard Pac, or however you pronounced it. But it was funny, you know, Pac being aggressive and fast and just little lightning kicks and the way he does his finisher. Oh, so good. Of course, Kenny, you know, doing his V-triggering Snapdragon and always slams like he was like nobody's business, doing the classic Rise of the Terminator. Of course, Orange Cassidy being his Orange Cassidy, doing his kicks, and like at one point, I think Kenny and Pac both both on the floor, and he lazily pinned both of them. And he's like, "Is it 3?" He's like, "Is it 2?" He's like, "No, they both kicked out at 1." He's like, "No, okay." He just accepted it. Orange Cassidy being funny, charismatic. God, boy, that guy has a future. He's charismatic, funny, entertaining. I just love him. He's definitely he has a future in the business. And at one point, Kenny trying to Snapdragon Orange on the top rope, and he's like fighting, but stuff like, you know, like pushing on. He's like fighting the position, put his hands in his pocket. And the cool thing was, Pac came from behind him and German suplex Kenny off the top rope, and Orange Cassidy was still there. At one point, when doing those kind of kicks Orange Cassidy's known for doing, Pac had enough of it, just kicked him in the balls. But it was great. But though when Orange Cassidy got serious doing the Orange Punch, it was great. And then, you know, Kenny doing his thing, Pac, it was back easily. That was like my favorite match of the pay-per-view. Easily my favorite match of the pay-per-view. I loved it. It was great. Like, oh man, it was just back and forth. And you know they're into when Don Callis, that son of a bitch, when Orange Cassidy was about to win, he pulled the ref as he was about to slam the 3, and people chanting "F you" to him. So it's like, you know, the crowd was into it. But of course, Kenny, you know, rolled up Orange Cassidy and somehow just got away with the victory, man. Damn, it was just... it was so close. Orange was so close, but no cigar, man. And then finally, the main event, the Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle. If the Inner Circle loses this match, they will have to disband. That match was crazy, man. They were just like, it was a cinematic match, but turned into a live match at the end. They were beating the crap out of each other. And at one point, Conan shows up doing a DJ booth thing. It was great. I loved it. I love the parts between Jericho and MJF. It was great. At one point, they showed off the Jacksonville Jaguars coach, and he gave him a one of the trainers gave him a football, and he hit MJF with it, and the coach gave him like an old, like, crappy laptop that he smacked on the back of his onto MJF's back, and the coach was like, at the signal, that was like, holy shit. At one point, Jericho threw him into a table and just like powerbombed him and stuff. And Sammy and Sean Spears was doing crazy crap. Jack Swagger chokeslamming one guy. It was crazy, boy. It was like back and forth, and you know, Pride and Love, whatever they're called. The Homicide, what are they called? The Spanish wrestlers. They were fantastic as well with Conan and just with FTR. Pride and Love, I think they could call. I don't know their name. Santana and Ortiz. They're both fantastic. And of course, Sammy at one point getting revenge, because in these kind of matches, he always gets hit by the dang scooter cars. He hit Sean Spears with it, which I managed to record and put on Facebook just in time, and he hit this crazy, like his crazy finisher, and just beat Shawn Spears, and so the Inner Circle wins, and they're staying together. Overall, the pay-per-view was fantastic from start to finish. I'm sorry I was all over the place, but I was really excited for it. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I only missed like 2, unfortunately. Again, one, I was trying to get food, and the other one I was trying to get souvenirs, and I had to use the bathroom, and the lines for that was like crazy. That's the one thing, that's my only criticism. Not of the pair of people, like, okay, again, the match, the product itself is great, but they need to put more souvenir shops, and they need to put more, and need more food places, just like, to make it run fast, man. Or at least give longer breaks, so like, people get the stuff, because, like, you know what I mean? Because, like, dang, man, I don't want to miss anything, and I want to miss, like, 2 matches. Well, miss 1 match, and then caught a little bit of the other match, but still just, I want to see everything, because all of it was great, from what I've heard. Listen, there was some better than others. Easily, if I had to like a top 3, Kenny Orange and Pac with number 1, the Bucks, Moxley, and Kingston 2, and number 3, Sting, Team of the Dark Island take on what's his name? Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Those are my top 3. Those are my top 3. And overall, I enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Double or Nothing 2021 was phenomenal from start to finish, boy. It was great. It's good to be back into good old wrestling again. Alright, guys, that's my review on it. It was great. I give like a 9 out of 10. Fantastic. Definitely go see the 2021 year of Double or Nothing. It's a great watch, guys. Alright. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace out. Have a good one.